to the European Championships just before Easter.
Oh, well, the old come on cry didn't do too good there.
It didn't indeed.
Well,
Bernard,
no.
I'm a little bit concerned about this particular lane. It was the one where we had a re-rack on it a little while ago because the pins weren't coming down on the spot. That is a peculiar leave for a good right-handed player like Gemma. She needs this.
Oh. Is that the style of a champion, or is it not? That's some pressure to pick up that spare at this stage of the game, because she just couldn't afford to open a frame. Not really. And she certainly let's look at it, puts it down really well in the lane. It just starts to grip down there, gets the 5-pin, flicks across, 10-pin, goodbye.
That must be a relief for Gemma, because I do know that she has elected to play this game so that she finishes on lane 5. What it would do, and what she said she wants to do, is actually lock the game up before her American opponent has the opportunity.
Well, certainly if Kendra Cameron keeps going with strikes, she's going to have some job trying to lock her up, I can tell you. Let's be under no illusions that this American girl is a very strong competitor. And look at that, right solid in the pocket. Still a bit of a way to go yet. Interesting enough that Kendra's other hobby is playing golf, would you believe? It's not a bit of a difference from a bowler to a golfer. Mind you, most of the pro bowlers in the States do that. Let's get back to the action here. Watch the style. Beautiful shot. Oh, what?
A bit heavy.
Didn't expect that result, I didn't. I'm sure she didn't either.
I understand Ian Woosnam is bowling a bit in the Channel Islands where he lives.
That's right, he is indeed, yes. And of course, there's the scoreboard. We mustn't forget that we had some new countries in this event this year, Jersey being one of them. Ian Woosnam plays golf. We also had Vanuatu, we also had Croatia, and Paraguay were new countries in this year. Unfortunately, they didn't make it through the preliminary cuts, but there we see the scoreboard after 7 frames, and there we see the style of Kendra Cameron from America.
In next year's tournament, you will also have new countries. England, Wales and Scotland will play for the first time ever under their own flag.
Oh, interesting. That means we're going to have more countries than what the 57 that we had this year. Gemma Burden.
Good shot.
Beautiful shot.
Excellent shot.
Just like a machine, one would have to say, as Brian Michael lines her up for the next one.
And I think Brian is trying to do this, Bernard. He must be thinking what's going to happen on lane 5 next. She's just had a nasty split on there last time. Great shot to pick it up.
I'm sure he won't be reminding her about that, though. He'll be saying, let's get on with the game here and let's go.
He's going to try and focus her mind somewhere else.
I noticed Keith Hale there behind her from World of Tenp, and I'm sure he's making notes of all the shots, and I'm sure he's listening very close to what Brian is saying. Oops. Well, now, second split on this. You have a hang-up about these lanes as well, haven't you?
Well, when Gemma elected to do the opposite thing to Pat Healy, and that was finish on that lane, I started looking at some of the scores.
Well, look what she did there now. I mean, in fairness, she just pulled that right across. Very heavy.
You see, look at the scores there, Bernard. At the moment, neither of these girls has had a strike on lane 5. Gemma Burden has to finish there.
Well, she also has to make this spare, and that's not going to be that simple, although it is a baby split, and she misses and just takes the 10-pin. Now, that throws a different light on this game, let me tell you, because now that has given Kendra Cameron a lot of hope. Look, Brian Michael knows it, shakes his head, and so does Gemma. Right. A good shot you must make, young lady. And I'm sure she has done it hundreds and hundreds of times. She beat Burden yesterday. What a shot. What a shot.
Excellent shot.
Well executed. Well executed.
Yes.
As I was just saying there, she actually Kendra beat Gemma yesterday in the round robin, the 200 to 191. So, look at that style. Absolutely cracking ball. Down, pins don't stand a chance. And there in the left-hand corner of your screen is, if Kendra would just move. Can you move right, please? Thank you. There he is. Peter Robinson MP, who's over here from Northern Ireland with a contingent of people. And we'll tell you a little bit about that at the end of the programme. And let's watch. Can she put it in the pocket again? Well, that wasn't a good shot, was it?
That wasn't a good shot indeed.
No. That wasn't
She's going to be very
another
disappointed with that one. She really put the pressure back on Gemma with the strike.
Wow. Now she has left. What a split. I've never seen one of these before. And you can't just get the... Oh, missed the head pin totally. Well,
Yeah.
very difficult to get strikes if you don't hit the head pin, is it?
It is indeed.
Very difficult. I'm sure her coach will be telling her that as well. But she certainly needs to make this spare.
Okay, that's most of it. Unfortunately,
Now,
the 10 pin stayed there.
She does not look happy, girl, I can tell you. Now, it's back to Gemma. Let's have a look at this. It very, very nearly kicks the head pin across. Does it miss it? No. It needed to get more left on the head pin to kick it across to take out the 10 pin. No use, he says. Okay.
Gemma to take her 9th frame. Brian Michael already lined up to see where the shot goes. I bet your money he screams. I bet he calls something.
I'll tell you one thing. She told me yesterday that she's just happy to wear shoes today. Yes. Probably getting a little tight and tense. Pull that one again across. We can just perhaps have another look at that.
There are more mature players out there, Bernard, than she is, and they would be as
Well, I'll
tight.
tell you one thing. I'm glad I'm sitting here talking about it and not out there bowling it because I just couldn't stand the pressure. The atmosphere you could cut here with a knife. Yes, very solid. Oh dear. It gets nearer to the end. Coach tells her what to do.
Bernard, I think he's just said move aboard.
Really? Did you
If
hear him?
I'm not good at lip reading. My daughter would be able to do it very well. She's got a hearing problem
Well.
and she lip reads me, and I've got a feeling that he
She
said
looks
move,
got, she said
move
that.
aboard.
Okay. Well,
She needs this.
not her favourite lane, remember, folks? Well, what can you say?
Where did that come from?
2 splits in a row, gets a strike on it. Whoa. Now, deep breath.
She could lock this game up here. She needs 2 more strikes on this line.
Well, I can tell you one thing. That was dead centre in the pocket, and bingo. You're so right, you know, Raj, because 2 more strikes totally locks out the American. Has the 17-year-old got it? Can she do it? 2 splits in this lane, no 1 strike. I'm sure she's not even thinking about it.
Look at the concentration.
Absolutely.
That's a good shot.
Well,
It's there.
the excitement is unbearable here with the crowd at Planet Bowling. This young 17-year-old, and watch her just throw this ball down the lane, it's going in exactly the same position again, and bingo. Well, what can we say except 1 strike away from the World Cup title? She can totally lock out Kendra Cameron with 1 more strike. That's assuming that Kendra Cameron makes 3 in a row as well. What do we say? Even Keith Hale has got his hands in his head. He can't bear watching. Oh, now he does. That's the boy. Keith, you watch what's going on. Needs a strike.
Barry James, a prediction?
Yes! What a prediction! What a win! 17-year-old Gemma Burden, Western Supermare, AMF Bowling World Cup champion for 1995. Well, what can I say? Beautiful strike, Roger.
Oh, that was just fabulous.
Look
that
at
was
this.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Even before it hit the pin, she had her hands in the air. She knew it was there. A great 3 strikes. What can you say for this girl, Kendra Cameron?
Brian looks exhausted. He looks
Exhausted.
exhausted.
Well, he's done some job. Kendra Cameron, what can you say? She's on the verge of, well,
Because we've had another Briton here this week, of
Disappointing.
course, in Wayne Greenall. And I know that Wayne has backed Gemma throughout these final stages after he had just missed making the finals.
that spare, or attempts to anyway, and she'll have to clean up a few tears as well. Unfortunately, somebody has to lose, but there's the result. Kendra Cameron 175, Gemma Burden 197.
Okay, we have our champion for 1995, Gemma Burden from the UK,